and welcome to The Nest, your go-to spot for creativity, culture, and conversation straight from the heart of Fanshawe campus. I'm your host, Laura, and coming up, we have some international local news about emerging filming technologies in Canada. The Reply AI Film Festival featured short films fully created using AI. The winning film, Love at First Sight, was produced in 8 days using the AI tool Kling 2.0. Industry leaders see the potential for AI-generated feature films in the near future. Netflix's Ted Sarandos and director James Cameron spoke out about AI's impacts on filmmaking. Cameron sees AI as a cost-saving tool, and Sarandos talked about using AI for visualizing projects. These perspectives are sparking conversations about AI's place in the industry. IMAX is reinventing large-format film production for Christopher Nolan's adaptation of The Odyssey. During the Cannes Film Festival, they announced that the film will be the first feature-length movie shot entirely on IMAX film as opposed to digital formats. This marks a historic milestone in cinema and production. Cameras are now lighter and quieter. Filmmakers say this enhances both comfort and flexibility in filming. Although initially exclusive to Nolan, the equipment will be available to other filmmakers in the future. Now for some local filmmaking news. Filming wrapped up for a TV show that was shot locally here in London City Plaza. The new Bell 5 TV1 show, 18 to 35, tackles the idea of accidentally buying tickets to London, Ontario instead of London, England. The 20 of the 23 crew members were Londoners. Paula Vergara is the production designer for the series. She says she believes that the show would really help the film industry grow in London. The first episode was released on September 12th. Season 5 of the hit Amazon Prime series, The Boys, wrapped up filming in Toronto. Consisting of 8 episodes, the final season of the highly anticipated show will release sometime in 2026. Virtual production is changing the game for filmmakers on tight budgets. With the ability to create realistic settings inside a studio using LED walls and real-time graphics, filmmakers could save on travel costs to remote locations. This method saves time and gives filmmakers more control of the environment, including weather, lighting, and even time of day. Big budget films and independent creators alike are embracing virtual production. And that's all for this segment of The Nest. You're all caught up on this week's news. Don't leave just yet, as we have some exciting guests coming up next. I'm Laura, and this is how not to make a film. I'm excited to introduce you to the one and only John Cullen. Hello, John. How are you today? Thank you for joining us. John is a commercial director, documentary filmmaker, and faculty at Fanshawe College. He's teaching production management and writing for media. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming on the show. So, John, how were your first weeks as a professor?
Well, it's been a whirlwind. There's a whole lot of things to learn when you have to start teaching all of a sudden.
Learning as a teacher sounds funny. How's that like?
Well, it's a lot more time than you think, but it's been great. I think a lot of the students in my classes have been surprising me with how talented they are.
Oh, I'm so glad. And what are some editing choices that instantly ruin the flow or the clarity of a film?
Okay, all right, good question. First off, jump cuts. No.
Not a fan?
No, not a fan of jump cuts.
No. Michael Bay?
No, I'm not into, well, I mean, I think jump cuts make sense on the YouTube world, but I think in the kind of more classic filmmaking, that's a little tough to take. And then editing-wise, I would say camera movements that are unnecessary. There's a lot of, lots of times you don't need to move the camera, but the camera moves.
Ooh, you're not a fan of handheld either, huh?
Oh, I love handheld. That's a different thing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, handheld is like, for me, the thing that makes you feel like you're part of a scene.
I see. And could you share a personal story or example of a film project that went completely wrong? And why? Like,
Yes,
why do you think that?
I can share many in the commercial world, but I'll just focus on one. The day before shooting, I was in Italy for a couple of weeks. We were prepping a project on Italian food, going all the way across the middle part of Italy. And the night before we started rolling, the client and the head of the agency got into a shouting match that ended up into almost a fist fight.
Oh no.
Yeah, and
Did the
lots
food
of
get
swear
involved?
words, both in Italian and English, so we really knew what was going on.
That sounds fun. The food go bad, or
I think it was a little bit more complex than that. The food was great. The
Amazing.
food, there was no problem with the food. But
sorry. I'm thinking breakfast right now, so food is number one priority.
Yeah.
Looking back at your first film, what's the one thing you wish you had like planned better before shooting?
My first documentary film, I would have loved to have been more familiar with the camera because it was just me and I had never shot, I've never used a camera in a motion sense. I'd only used a camera to take stills pictures. So I think I would have given myself a couple of weeks of prep to really learn how to do it.
Yeah, if you had a checklist called how to make sure your film fails, what would be on it?
Oh boy.
I know.
How do you make a film? Okay, so I would say as the director, I think the number one thing would be to ignore the input of your crew, because you might think you're the director, but really it's a whole team that gets it finished. And if you freeze them out or don't pay any attention to them, then you're definitely setting yourself up for failure. That's one. I mean, there's lots of other things. Always remember the client's name. If you have somebody from like the studio or the agency or the client, the company that you're working for, come to set, don't mess up their name because they're the one who's paying for it.
Kind of hard to like come back from that, I'm guessing.
It is, yes. I've done that too. We've all done those types of things. Yeah. What else? Don't rely on the edit suite to fix things. I mean, I think that's the kind of the general rule, fix it in post. There's no real fix it in post. That's just an expensive way of spending other people's money. But yeah, those are maybe those top three.
Yeah, just coming back to that, what's the danger in relying too much and fixing it in post?
I think fixing it in post from a director's standpoint is kind of one of those things where you are lacking like creative problem-solving skills on set. Things are going to go wrong, right? No matter what, something always goes wrong. But can you fix it while you're shooting? And are you adaptable enough to be able to change the way you're thinking and working so that you can make sure you do it properly with cameras rolling?
Honestly, really good advice. You were talking earlier about spending other people's money.
Yes.
What's a common budgeting mistake young filmmakers make, and how can they avoid it?
I think that the common issue with young filmmakers is that they spend too much time and money on the gear. So you can do a lot of great work with a pair of sticks and a camera. You don't need the drone, you don't need the gimbal, you don't need all those things. Those didn't exist when all of the people we look up to as filmmakers shot before. So I would say save the money for spending time researching and developing and writing your script, and then it'll be cheaper to make.
That's so great. And what advice would you give to a student who feels like their film project is falling apart, like as they're filming it?
Oh, I think I go back to step one of what we said about like how to make sure your film fails, which is rely on the people that you have around you to get the film done. You know, lean on them. They're there. They're usually as into the if you're created the right environment, they're just as bought into the project as you are.
That's such a sweet message. If you could give yourself one piece of advice.
Myself?
Yeah, before making your first film, what would it be?
That's a really good question. That's a tough one. Before I made my first film, you should have made it earlier. You know, I should have done it 5 years before. I had wanted to before, and I think if you when you have an inkling to do something or you have the urge to do something, I would say, especially now, it's so much easier to make things, just go and do it.
Okay, going back to your first film, what was like one thing you did right, you believe that you think you did right during that film production? It was your first, you were Little John.
Okay, Little John. Little John. This is Little John. I'm going to tap inner Little John. Okay, I think that I haven't watched it for quite a few years, but I'm always a little bit shocked that I had the guts to go and do it. So, and I'm happy that I stuck with the premise of the idea all the way through, because I had never done it before. You can often get derailed and start making something else. But I feel like I answered the question that I set out to answer.
And what was that?
Whether Tourette syndrome is something that can identify greatness in a person as something that they need to continuing to do, right? Like, does it tell you what you should be doing with your life? In some cases, it can.
That's pretty amazing for a first film. Thank you for joining us today, John. Stick with us. Stick with us after the break, as we'll be testing out the film knowledge of some film students. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back. Make sure to buckle up, as I'm pleased to introduce our two guests, Jesse and Lauren. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for joining.
My pleasure.
Now, for our next segment, we will have pictures showcasing a random scene from a movie, and you guys will have to tell me the name of the movie. If you know the answer, just buzz in, and then you'll get a chance to answer, of course. If you get it right, you'll get 5 points. If you get it wrong, you'll get -5 points. Are we ready?
I'd say let's go.
Okay, perfect. If your opponent gets it wrong, you have a chance to steal. I'll be the judge, and we'll be getting into it. Ready? Ready in. And for our first one, we have this movie. Do you know what it is? Yeah?
I know. Rice. James Franco?
So close, but no.
James Franco? No. Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
So close, but no. There were actually no apes in this movie.
No apes? There's ape on the picture?
Oh, I'm
No?
sorry. I wish. That would make it for a really cool movie, but I'll give you a hint. Like, this is one of my favorite out of the Tobey Maguire trilogy.
Totally
you
doesn't
guessing?
ring a bell. Who's that guy?
Do you want to steal?
Sure. Is it Titanic?
No, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Spider-Man 2, and that movie broke my heart for the first time and taught me that I should not trust any girl named Mary Jane. Next up, we have so fun fact, this movie was my least favorite out of, yeah?
That's your least favorite? That's Harry Potter 2, right?
Yes, it is.
I like that movie.
No, I didn't like the talking diary. I don't like that this old senile no-nosed man was talking to a child.
Fair enough.
Through a diary. I know, that's some early Discord thing. Coming up next. Okay, this one had a release. The release for this movie was pretty funny because they released with another movie that was almost like the opposite aesthetic. And yeah, it's by Christopher Nolan. Yes, Jesse.
Oppenheimer.
Yes, it is. It is, in fact, Oppenheimer. That 3 hours was definitely worth it. I wish I took a bathroom break before the movies. And their next one. Okay. So for this one, the movie's director was actually somewhat involved in the Ocean Gate scandal because of how many times he's been to the wreck or the site where they were heading to. Yeah.
Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man.
A little
That
late
would've
on
been
that
my
one. Try
guess.
again.
That would have been
Right.
my guess, yeah.
A little late on that one. Try again.
No?
How about you? You wanted to steal?
Honestly, my answer was also Spider-Man too, so you're gonna have to.
I'm so sorry. That was so close. That was in fact Titanic.
You people have no taste.
So yeah, James Cameron, the director for this movie, was actually one of the people they talked to. Ocean Gate talked to about going to the wreck of the Titanic because he's been in that wreck so many times with his own submersible. Pretty cool, like a pretty cool hobby for a director to have, I think. This next one we have. Okay. I like to call this one the one where they didn't have hairdressers
I
on set.
see.
What is that
That
one?
looks kind of gay, so Brokeback Mountain.
Okay.
Brokeback Mountain. One of my favorite.
No, very close though. No similar actors, but there were men in that scene, correct?
You guys really like Harry Potter.
I guess our producer does, yeah. Do you know which one it is?
Not a clue.
But it is Harry Potter. Should we give her that?
Ah, so close.
We'll give you that. Yeah, so that was in fact Harry Potter. I believe that was Prisoner of Azkaban. That scene traumatized me for life because I didn't like how they animated the rat face turning into a human being again. Gotta love Peter Pettigrew. Anyway, what a competition.
I win.
Yes, I think. Oh, there's another one. Never mind. Do you know what movie this is? Pretty sure this was a box office hit when it first came out, and then now everybody hates it. It's kind of one of those films that you love or hate, or those series of films that you just love or hate, depending on where you are. Do you know what it is?
I just don't know which movie it is.
You can guess.
Because there's two. I just don't remember which one.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Is it Avengers Endgame?
So close.
Oh, it was Infinity War, wasn't it?
It was Infinity
Oh, I was
War.
so close.
Did you want to steal Infinity War? No. Okay. So Infinity War and Endgame, the whole mass of movies. It was like 10 movies beforehand that everyone wanted you to watch before. Did you ever have that experience where you were going into Endgame or Infinity War and they were like, "Have you watched all the movies?"
No, I actually watched it in like the backyard of a church.
Like all of it, or
Yeah, all of it.
wait, which church is this? Can I join? No, like, how was that having to relearn all the lore?
Actually, I'd never seen a Avengers movie before that one. I
No,
just kinda
not even
jumped
an
in.
Iron Man one.
I might have seen like a Spider-Man movie, but I've never actually seen any Avengers movie prior to that.
Was it like the Tom Holland Spider-Man or?
No, it was Andrew Garfield.
Dude, those are my favorite Spider-Man films. Yeah, no. So these movies they chose, like, it was definitely curated. I thought for sure that you guys would know, especially the Spider-Man ones.
Because I'm definitely a film student.
Yeah, you're definitely a film student.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
There's that pizza after this.
We'll see. Do you have a favorite movie that you wanted to share?
I really liked Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet. Dude, I love the soundtrack for that movie. I don't know about the movie itself.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Jesse, do you have a favorite movie?
Harry Potter.
Which one?
Probably. Secret, Chamber of the Secret.
Why did you guess that one then?
You had that one?
We
had that one?
We did. We had the thing where they were in the basilisk's chamber. Oh. No. Someone here is not the true heir of Slytherin. I fear. No, it's too bad that whole movie doesn't have like a writer anymore. They don't. No. We don't support it, but it exists. Yeah. Have you heard that they were trying to do a reunion show?
I did, and I saw the cast, and I have mixed feelings about it. It's hard to replace the actor for Harry Potter.
No, absolutely. What a competition. And congrats to our winner, Lauren.
Total of 5 points.
Before we go, we're going to showcase a film made by students in this class at the end of their first year. Here is Locker's Loose Lips.
Sorry I'm late.
I've been waiting for you for like half an hour.
Okay, well, it's not my fault that you, responsible Ella, lost the key to our locker.
Okay, well, it's not my fault that we have to share a locker for the entire semester.
Baby dolls.
Dude, did you hear that? What was that? Maybe someone's drunk.
You heard that, right?
Yeah. Is anyone else here?
Where do you think you're going, baby dolls?
What the hell?
You're just gonna sit there and watch?
Nobody's gonna save you. Now give me all your money because you don't want to find out what happens when I'm not happy.
What are you gonna do, you stupid locker?
Guess what? I know all your dirty little secrets because you kept your diary in me.
He's bluffing. He doesn't know shit. Let's go.
I know you think the 75-year-old literature professor is super charming. Ugh. Sometimes you go a whole week without showering. Stinky.
Who would write this bullshit in their daily journal?
And guess what? You started snagging one of your friend's boyfriend. His name is... Get off! Baby doll, put the cash in me or it won't end good for you. Well, look at that. Money talks, baby doll.
What was he talking about, that boyfriend thing?
Don't talk to me about that stupid locker.
Well, that was definitely an interesting film. Now I have a fear of my locker actually saying things about what I put in it, and I really hope it doesn't know. Anyway, that was absolutely something. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you to all of our guests for coming on to the show, and thank you to the crew who worked on it. Make sure to tune in next time because you won't want to miss it. I'm Laura Carlett, and this has been The Nest.
Artlist.io